Hello, love and peace. Can you help me with my question? I have ADHD. My relationships seem to end too quickly. Is this a common thing with people that have ADHD? Well, the thing is we naturally have high confidence, right? So, and the thing is like they say, oh, we might have lower confidence, all this type of thing, but we have naturally high confidence, which is good. It's just that constant, if I don't know if your parents got ADHD or autism or if they're neurotypical. But here's the thing. I don't know that situation, but when I had neurotypical parents, right? So I was always told by them that basically my true authentic self wasn't good enough, because the times, obviously you adapt to survive. You adapt to survive when you're a child, right? So I'm going to get to it in a minute, okay? So like when I was by myself in my room, or I was with my closest friends, I was 100% myself, 100%. And then when I got with other people, I'd be my 100% myself, but then I would learn what was acceptable or not and just adapt to survive. But as I got older and I got to my 20s, it just got like, well, if you guys don't want to hang out with me, then fine, you know what I mean? And I'd hang out with people just like me and be my 100% authentic self. We had our differences, like different hobbies and that, but similar personality. Neurodiverse people seem to attract each other because we view the world from the same lens. We have differences because we have different experiences due to ethnicity, as well as countries we're born and raised in, male and female. But the similarities are everything that comes along with how we get treated, how we get treated by our own. But the thing is, we naturally have high self-confidence. I mean, if you have that coming at you your whole entire life and you still stand up for yourself and you still call people out for treating you in a negative way, that's actually very high self-esteem considering what you've been through. People say, oh, you just projecting onto us. Well, actually no. If you have it consistently coming to you from other people and you eventually stand up for yourself, and then they say, well, it can't be that all 10 or 15 of these people are wrong while you're the one who's right. Well, in reality, they've been projecting the whole entire time, and then it makes you look like the villain, right? So here's the thing. When I was in my 20s, like early to mid 20s, I was trying to hook up with neurotypical girls, looking back. But I always had a one or two autistic woman or ADHD woman that were interested in me, but at the time I viewed it as a disability. But I still had some high confidence because I graduated high school and I got my driver's license and graduated my degree. And I national certificate in youth studies. Well, that was when I was 26, so no, actually. But graduated my degree in 2010, so I was 22. So, and two-time West Auckland Rugby League champ. Two-time West Auckland. I'm just saying, I used to go out there and try and prove how awesome I was, because I was always told how I wasn't awesome. But the thing is that even though I was consistently told that by everyone around me, I still had the balls to go out there and do all those things because I still had high self-esteem. And other people may have got to the point where they believe that if I'm talking about romantic relationships, they may have got to the point where they believe that actually, oh no, I'm disabled or whatever, I have to fix myself, which I was like that for about 4 or 5 years. But on my road to fixing myself, I had more and more realizations of how awesome I was in certain ways, and my limitations never went away, but my strengths and abilities that I have that are better than most normal people better than normal people actually. Like, because the neurotypicals that are level to me in those areas I have strength are like people that have put in hard yards to get there. The other ones that put in hard yards for a few months or a couple of years or whatever, But then if they've been doing it their whole life, then they'll be on my level. But then obviously my limitations and the fact that my brain is wired differently. You know what I'm saying? I perceive the world from a different lens. It's like having rose-tinted glasses, for example. Let's say, I'm just giving you an example. Let's say 90 people are wearing rose-tinted glasses. Some of them are wearing silver glasses, but it's like silver, you can see colour silver. Some of them are, what's that other ones when you block the vision a bit? Not block the alter vision. And then there's yours, and yours is like blue. What I'm saying is that imagine if your brain was wired in a way that you had blue glasses, like your brain was a pair of blue glasses with blue lenses, and another 90 were having rose-tinted glasses and things like that, So it's a disability in the way that 90% of the world will not understand you. The way you receive and you communicate information is totally different to at least 90% of the world, because neurodiverse as well, because there's autism and then there's ADHD, and then those who are a mixture of autism and ADHD, and then within there's level 1, level 2 and level 3, meaning like different levels of they say severity, but different levels of effect. Like, I can put myself in a neurotypical shoe, but the thing is, I put myself in their shoes, and then I would feel like how I would feel in that situation, and in that situation, that might not be the way that they feel in that situation. But I can put myself in their shoes. But the difference is when I put myself in their shoes, I'm going to be operating unconsciously or subconsciously or consciously, operating from how would I be affected if I was in that situation. Because we're thinking like that, So we put ourselves in their shoes, but here's the difference. When we put ourselves in their shoes, we perceive how they are feeling based upon how we would be feeling in that situation, and it's not the same, and it's impossible for us to feel how they would be feeling in that situation. Imagine a woman who got dumped by 11 boyfriends, and just like maybe she had an abusive father or something, and she was still working through it, so she didn't do anything bad to end the relationships, but they just used and abused her, and then now she's come full circle. And then you got someone like me, who didn't had to get a girlfriend for 9 years, and then had one, and then another one a year later, then didn't get another one for another 8 years. It's two different, if I tried to put myself in her shoes, I can do it as best as possible, but because my life experiences are different, it'll be just, I'll still be having a lack of understanding in the fact that I'll be putting myself in her shoes and feeling how I would feel, but thinking I'm feeling how she would feel, but really you won't be feeling the same thing because you don't have the same life experience. So if it's a relationship, a romantic one with an ADHD person, and it just ends, they probably have come into agreement with what everyone else has been projecting onto them. Or it seems like everyone, like if there's 100 people and there's like 80 bystanders, and then 3 people who say something nice every here and there but barely ever, and then you got 15 relentless idiots, you know what I mean? They can come into agreement and think that it is their problem. like motionless in white, voices. I think of intrusive thoughts. There's other people's thoughts being put into your mind from consistent barragement. So